I've been trying all night to keep it together, but it's getting really hard. When I made dinner tonight, we just had rotisserie chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans, and my mom started choking. She's been having a harder time breathing, and the thought of her not being here is getting more and more unbearable to think about. I think that's why I haven't been sleeping lately. I just feel like the time's getting closer and closer. And I cry every fucking day. My mom's been on oxygen for 25 years. She only has 32% lung capacity. I've taken her in twice now to have her nose worked on because she didn't want to go to get it fixed when she fell at my brother's. And they won't operate now because she's on oxygen. But seeing her choke, to not even be able to eat mashed potatoes and chicken, I'm not myself. I can't even imagine what life will be like without her. No matter what, even though we didn't always get along, and there was some resentment for her sending us to live with my dad. I love my mom. I wish she had loved herself all these years. I tell her every day what a great person she is, and I'm going to start making videos each day because she has this book that you write all your memories in. And she started with some of it, and since she's had her 3 strokes, she can barely write her name. I mean, she knows what's going on for the most part. Some days she forgets, kind of like she has Alzheimer's from her aphasia. But she can get up and walk and do things. The hardest thing was her forgetting my birthday and having to reminding her it was my brother's birthday. It hurt her so bad when her oldest brother died on my birthday last year. I just am not ready for this to happen. And I just don't want to think about it because it's on my mind every day. When I get up, the first thing I do is check to make sure that she's still alive. That's why when my dad was here, and my sister, who's, 25, 30 years younger than me, we got into a disagreement, so we put my dad in the hospice house, and he lasted about 7 or 8 days. He stopped eating, he knew. But one of the reasons that I went along with it is because I couldn't handle waking up to find him dead. And I've worked in healthcare, and I have held people's hands while they crossed to the other side. I've hugged them and held them and told them it was going to be okay. But when I lost my dad, something changed. It was different. It wasn't the same. When I lost my boyfriend in 2010, as much of a tumultuous time as we had for 4 years, I loved him more than anything. And I know that he loved me, but he was so unhealed. I've lost my 3 best friends. One in 2016 that helped me get through my divorce and made sure that I was safe and protected. One of my best friends since I was 16. that I met when we were in the hospital. And now she's gone. She passed away in 2021 from renal failure at 54 years old because she had diabetes that went untreated for at least 30 years. Then in 2022, I lost my all-time bestie. And during COVID, we got into a disagreement. We didn't talk. Then I found out that she died. That shit fucking tears you up. And it changes who you are inside. And it makes it hard for you to actually be able to want to open your heart to love. I've always been one that's turned the other cheek, walked away, didn't care. I have been divorced from my ex-husband since January 11th of 1996. And to this day, he's still trying to throw dirt on my name. Still trying to tell my kids lies. But the thing is, it doesn't matter what you say and what lies that you have believed for all these years. I changed my life. I stopped partying. I took care of my kids and I moved away from your motherfucking ass. I went into hiding so you couldn't find me. And what do? As soon as the kids are grown and I let you see them, but start trying to say it's all my fault. I didn't make you do what you did. You did it on your own, and I will take that to my grave, mister. It's been one hell of a few weeks. Watching my mom decline has been the hardest journey that I think I've ever taken. And I went through a pretty tough one when I got divorced, and it felt like a nightmare. For at least 6 to 8 months after my daughter moved out in 2023, my mom and I really had a hard time getting along because I had such resentment for her trying to be unalive and trying to blame my daughter for it. And she ended up moving out, and it hasn't been the same. So if you have your parents, try to work it out. Try to forgive them. Because when they're gone, it's too late. You can't do anything about it. And that's my Monday story. And if you see me on here, you just know that sometimes I don't sleep for days. Or sleep for a few hours. The past 11 years working in the health field after having to change my career because the last office job I quit was a toxic environment. I've worked such weird hours going to school, taking care of the kids, and taking care of my dad, now taking care of my mom. I don't know, I just want a day to get away and think about nothing but happy things. And if something happens with my mom and you don't see me on for a while, you will know why. Good night, everyone.